What's up, guys? So I am going to talk about the indoctrination theory for the Mass Effect 3 ending. And I previously in my other video that I put up, where I talk about my thoughts on the ending, I didn't mention too much about the indoctrination theory just because I hadn't seen it. I wanted to get that video out with my own ideas, not being influenced by anything. And now after I did that, I started to see all these these theories and everything. And a lot of people have been talking to me about the indoctrination theory. I've gotten so many messages today, and previously, yesterday and all that, regarding the indoctrination theory. So I finally watched it. I watched a few of them, and it's very clever. I will give it that. I really like the idea. It's a clever idea. It's kind of what I had been saying from the beginning. A lot of my videos, previously, my Mass Effect Talks videos, I would talk about Shepard, that I thought that Shepard would turn out being indoctrinated in Mass Effect 3, and that he was going to have this like internal battle with himself at the end of Mass Effect 3. So I had always thought about that. But here's my reasons as to why I don't think the indoctrination theory works. At least not for me, for Mass Effect 3. I came up with a lot of loopholes that the theory has, and I really don't want to be the one that is, crushing this theory for you guys. So if you guys really love this theory, and really want to believe this theory, I'd probably say don't watch this, because I do have a lot of loopholes that I've spotted in the indoctrination theory, just to try to make some sense out of the ending. I've been thinking so much about it, trying to make some sense to it, and I really haven't been able to come up with something that makes sense. And I have thought about this quite a bit now. So yeah, here is what I think about the indoctrination theory for Mass Effect 3. I have to start off first of all with the biggest premise of the indoctrination theory. One of the biggest reasons why people think that Shepard was having symptoms of indoctrination, and one of those is hallucinations and ghostly figures haunting you. And people say that the boy on Earth, I'm trying to find him here. Here he is. The boy on Earth is one of the biggest indicators that Shepard was indoctrinated, because they say that the boy was only seen by Shepard. Shepard was the only one that was seeing the boy, and he would see him in his dreams, and he pretty much haunted him. But it says on here already. It says on here that the boy, and I figured this out in the game also, the boy represented Shepard's guilt. The boy represented the people that he lost on Earth, the people that he wasn't able to save. And it says on here, one child would be the face of the people on Earth whom Shepard could not save. So the boy represented the people that Shepard couldn't save. And this haunted him throughout the whole game. And it only got worse and worse. Like, he would start seeing those more shadows in his dream, because the deaths started to pile up more and more and more, which only made him feel even more guilty towards the end. After Thessia, you could see how much it weighed upon Shepard already, how many people had died, and he just felt really, really guilty. He felt like it was his fault. And he started to see more shadows in his dreams. Those were just added people that he had lost more towards the end. And finally, the last dream sequence, where he catches up to the boy, and then he hugs the boy, and they both start burning. He's seeing himself. I'm not saying this is set in stone. This is exactly what it meant. But this is what I interpret. It means that throughout this whole time he's been dreaming this boy, chasing this boy, and he's just like, he can't catch him, he can't save him. It's just this guilt where he's just like, every time I'm going to get him, he burns, he just dies. And it's eating at him because he wanted to save him, and he wants to go back to Earth. He wants to save these people that he's constantly saying how many people he lost on Earth, how many people are still dying, how he wanted to go back, but he can't. And when he finally, the last dream sequence, when he finally catches up to the boy, he hugs him. It's him finally going back to Earth. That's why he has that dream then, because he's finally going to go to Earth. So he finally catches up to the boy, and he hugs him. It's kind of like, I'm gonna save you guys. I'm almost there. I'm gonna save you guys. But then he sees himself burning with the boy, and it's kind of like it's all coming down on him. All the reality is coming down on him. He's saying, what if I'm too late? Like, what if it's too late to save them? And what if we're all gonna die? Like, what if I'm gonna die? You know, it's just these very human fears that he's having. And then when he wakes up, you know, you're with your love interest, and he's just like, he's scared. He just doesn't know what's gonna happen. He even says it to his love interest. He says, what if, you know, he talks a lot about how many more people are gonna die. Could we really do this? He starts questioning himself, like saying, do you think we're gonna be able to do this? Are we gonna survive? You know, what if we aren't able to do it? So that's how I interpret the dream sequences. It's just his guilt, and it's manifested by the boy that he saw get killed back on Earth. And some people are like, why didn't anybody else see the kid, and why didn't they help him up? First of all, the soldiers weren't looking at the kid. The soldiers were looking. They were looking at the Reapers. They had their guns ready. They weren't gonna turn around and, like, they didn't see the kid. They physically did not look at the kid. Now, if there had been a soldier physically looking at the kid and didn't help him, then maybe. But he wasn't. They were looking up. They weren't looking at the kid. So it's only, you know, obvious that they didn't help him because they didn't see him. It's kind of like someone just walking behind you. I mean, you don't always see them. Say they trip, and then you just turn around and they're on the floor and they're like, you didn't help me. And it's like, well, I didn't see you. Not all of these are in order, so they're gonna be kind of slightly out of order. Some people, the Indoctrination Theory also states that, why would Harbinger leave at the end? Right after, you know, they state, why would Harbinger fly off after the beam hits you and you're, you know, everybody's like, oh, we lost everybody, you know, at the very end. Harbinger just flies off. But if you notice, if you watch that, Harbinger flies off before Shepard gets up. Shepard's still on the ground. He still looks like, I'm saying he because my Shepard was a he. He still looks like he's dead. So Harbinger wasn't going to be like, is he dead? He thought he was dead. So Shepard gets up after Harbinger leaves. I mean, Harbinger must have been pretty sure that he wiped everybody out. If Shepard had gotten up and started walking towards the beam and then Harbinger would leave, then I'd be like, what the hell? Why did Harbinger just leave? In that same scene, they also say that the tree shrubs that are visible when you're walking towards the beam, when you're, you know, already hurt, and you're going in slow motion, that there's tree shrubs that weren't there when you were running. I watched that scene again when you're running, and there are tree shrubs. It's just easier to spot them when you're going in slow motion, but there are tree shrubs. Because people say those tree shrubs were from Shepard's dream. Well, they're there. Also, Vega always saying, every time you go down to where Vega is, I forgot what it's called, the armory or whatever it's called, in the Normandy, Vega would always say, do you hear that hum? Or is it just me? And people are saying, oh, he's hearing a hum. That means that Shepard is indoctrinated. And I'm just like, did you guys not hear the hum yourself? I always heard the hum. Like, I would always respond to Vega myself. I would always say, no, it's not you. It's not just you. I hear the hum. There's an evident hum down there, and it's normal. It's not like indoctrinated people don't hum. Indoctrinated people don't vibrate. So that hum wasn't like emitting from Shepard. Another hint for the indoctrination theory is why the elusive man on the Citadel, when you're with the elusive man, Anderson and Shepard, why the elusive man isn't interested in the panel, in that little control panel. They're like, he's not even interested in it. That means he wasn't really there. That's not true, because the elusive man was there before Shepard got there. You think he didn't try to use the control panel when he was already there, when he got there first? He got there a long time ago. Like, he got there way before. You think he didn't try? Of course he tried. But after that, you find out that the elusive man couldn't control the Reapers because he was already being controlled by them. He was already indoctrinated. So it wasn't going to work for him. So he was just like, damn it. Like, it's not going to work. So why would he even try to use the control panel again if it wasn't going to work? And in one of those conversations with the elusive man and Shepard, the elusive man, or Shepard says, then why haven't you already, controlled them or something like that? The elusive man says, I'll execute my plan when I want to. And then Shepard says, you can't, can you? They won't let you. And the elusive man gets all mad, and he doesn't want to accept that he's being controlled. But that's why he can't use the control panel. That's why he can't do squat. That's why the catalyst or the crucible won't respond to him, because he's already being controlled. And somebody that's not being controlled is the only one that could do this. And then on the topic of the elusive man, would they really, would BioWare had really thrown the elusive man off to the side like that? Like, when was the last time you saw the elusive man? What, on Thessia? That was like the last time we saw the elusive man. And then we never saw him again? He was the only time you saw him again, he was a figment of your imagination? Really? Like, what happened to the elusive man? We never got to see him again, but physically. I don't buy that. I don't buy that the elusive man in the Citadel was only a figment of Shepard's imagination. Like, another part of him, like his other consciousness or whatever. The indoctrinated part, the part that wants to indoctrinate him, is being represented by the elusive man. Like a figment, like an illusion of the elusive man. Now, where's the real elusive man? Well, just leave him out? Completely cut him out from the game? Such a huge character? It says in here that the elusive man was supposed to be like this huge, crazy husk. Like, he was supposed to be a boss battle. And that just proves that BioWare didn't disregard the elusive man at all. They did plan on having the elusive man physically there. And not just a figment of Shepard's imagination. Look. This is the elusive man. That was, like, supposed to be the elusive man. It was... One of the plans of the drawing boards was to have the elusive man turn into a Reaper creature for the final battle. Eventually, this plan was scrapped, since we wanted to give players the satisfaction of fighting a character they know rather than a random creature. The design implies that the elusive man's weapon is his intelligence, not his physical strength. So that was the elusive man on the Citadel. That was really him. They decided not to make him this creature because they wanted you to go up against somebody that was that you knew, the elusive man that you've always known, not some freaking creature. So that really was him. It wasn't some illusion.